Sadhava Sadhi Sarva Sangha Vivarjita Sanghas Jeshu Ata Te Pratya Sangha Dosha Hara Ite Sa ete sadhavak sadhi Sa ete sadhavak sadhi Sarva sangha vivarjitaha Sarva sangha vivarjitaha Sangaste shvatate pratya Sangaste shvatate pratya Sangadosha harahite Sangadosha harahite Taete sadhavak sadhi Sarva sangha vivarjitaha Sangaste shvatate pratya Sangadosha harahite O my mother, O virtuous lady, these are the qualities of great devotees who are freed from all attachment. You must seek attachment unto such holy men, for this counteracts the pernicious effects of material attachment.
Taite sadhavassadhi sarvasanga vivarjita sangasteshu atha te parthya sangadosha harahite. So, at our present moment, we are sangadosha yukta. We are contaminated by the attachment of modes of material nature. Some of us contaminated by the Satogun, some of us are contaminated by Rajogun, and some of us contaminated by the Tamogun. So out of the three, the Rajogun and Tamogun is very dangerous. Rajastamo bhava, Rajogun and Tamogun means kamalobhadayasya, to be contaminated by lusty desires and greediness. So one has to overcome, in the beginning, at least, the contamination by Rajogun. At the present moment, especially in this age, the contamination of Tamogun is very prominent, and little Rajogun also, but Satogun is practically nil in this age. Kali Yuga. It is said in the Shastra that Satogun will be practically nil, Rajasthan. And the aim of life is to become free from all the contaminations, even Satogun contamination. This has been explained in the Bhagavad Gita very nicely in the 14th chapter, how to become not contaminated, disinfected. So, here Kapil Dev advises that mother, if you want to be disinfected, uncontaminated by this material nature, then you associate with. Hmm. That was the beginning. Prasangam ajarapasam atmano kavayo vidu saiva sadhu sukrita mokshadaram apabritam. This was the beginning, how to become uncontaminated. We have got some attachment to the material modes of nature. That is the cause of our bondage. Now, if we want to be free from this bondage, uncontaminated, then the same attachment should be transferred to the sadhu. Saeva sadhu sukrita, the same attachment. Everyone has got attachment. Nobody is free of attachment. The Mayavadi philosophy, they say, they stop this attachment. The Buddha philosophy says that make this attachment zero. This is also a little advancement, but it is not possible to make our attachment zero. That is not possible. Therefore, Bhagavan says in the Bhagavad, Parang Drishtya Nivartate. Just like a child has got attachment for playing, and gradually his attachment should be transferred for reading, going to school, education. But if you stop his attachment, then he will become mad. You must give something. Parang Drishtya Nivartate. Just like we are to the Western devotee, we are advising them, at least those who are accepted as our disciples, they must know meat eating. They are accustomed to meat eating, but that how this meat eating has been stopped. We have given them nice things, kachori, singara, rasgulla. So they have given up meat eating. So you must give something more palatable. Then detachment will be possible. First of all, nullify the attachment and then giving better attachment, then he'll forget. Parang Drishtya Nivartate. You cannot force a living entity by force. That is the same example. A child has got attachment, but by some system, his attachment is turned. Similarly, our consciousness is there. Somehow or other, it is now contaminated. So, gradually, this contaminated consciousness has to be purified, and then Krishna consciousness automatically will arise, will be awakened. Because the Krishna consciousness is original consciousness. Somehow or other, it is now covered by material attachment. So, how to give up this material attachment and become attached to Krishna, developing Krishna attachment? The process is sadhu sangha. That is, Saiva sadhu sukrita mokshodaram abhavritam. We have got so many attachments for so many things in the material world. And if you cannot make it zero. That is not possible. You have to purify. Just like if there is some disease in the eyes, if you simply say, pluck it out, that is not treatment. Treatment is you must remove the disease. If there is cataract by somewhere or other, then your eyesight will be revived. Similarly, we have got desires. We have got Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moho, Matsarya. These are there. But you have to divert these things for Krishna's service. Kam, Krishna Patmani. It's like we have got very much attachment for doing business, for earning money and become very happy. So Krishna says, yes, you can do business, there is no harm, but you give me the result. Jat karosi, jat juhosi, jat asnasi, jat tapassasi, kurusatat madarpanam. He does not say that you have to do something particular. Of course, bhakti is but one who is not accepting bhakti cart immediately. To him, Krishna says, all right, never mind. Whatever you do, that's all right. Jat karosi. He does not say that do this. Jat karosi, jat juhosi, jat asnasi. Try to give it to me. That is the beginning of Bhakti Yoga. If you business and you earn money and spend it for Krishna consciousness, that is also Bhakti. That is also Bhakti. Just like vivid example is Arjuna. Arjuna is a fighter. And by fighting, he became a devotee. Not by chanting Hare Krishna, but by fighting. Krishna advised him to fight. He was rather, because he was a Vaishnava, he was not willing to fight, to kill. Vaishnava does not like to kill. But if there is necessity, that's why Arjuna had to kill. That is by the order of Krishna, not by his own will. By his own will, Arjuna did not like to kill, to fight. That is Vaishnava's natural instinct. He does not wish to do harm or to kill anybody. But when a Vaishnava knows that Krishna wants it, he doesn't care for his own consideration. Never mind. That is practical example, Krishna. So similarly, sakarmana tamabharcha. Everyone has got his some particular duty, occupation. If by executing your occupational duty, you worship Krishna, then your life is perfect. That is the instruction given in Srimad Bhagavatam, Naimisharanya. Dijasreshta varnasama vibhagas sanusthitasya dharmasya samsiddhi haritosanam atap pungvi dijasreshta. Pungvi by person. Everyone is engaged in some occupational duty. Formerly, it was the varnashram, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. Everyone has got some particular duty according to his position. Now, the different occupational duties have expanded. It doesn't matter if you are engineer, if you are medical man, if you are something else, it doesn't matter. Sakarmana tamam. But try to serve Krishna by the result of your work. That is bhakti. That we have to learn. Our Krishna consciousness movement does not mean that we are going to stop all activities. No, this is not our mission. You be engaged in your activities, but don't forget Krishna. This is our mission. Be always Krishna conscious. Therefore Krishna says, how to become Krishna conscious? Jat karosi, whatever you do, kurushatad madatpanam. The result you give me, then it will be Krishna consciousness. You always think that you are doing for Krishna. Of course, by the order of Krishna or by his representative, not whimsical. If you do something nonsense and if you think that I am doing for Krishna, that will not be accepted. It must be verified by the acceptance of Krishna and Krishna's or Krishna's representative. Arjuna did not fight without Krishna's order. Therefore, he must receive the order. If he says that we do not find Krishna, how is the ladies, then Krishna's representative. That is sadhu. The Krishna's representative is sadhu. Therefore, Kapil Dev is advising herewith that you, mother, you associate with sadhus. Ete sadhava. He has described the symptoms of sadhu. By the last 3-4 slokas, he has described what is the symptom. Everything should be accepted by the symptom, characteristic. Not that anyone will come, I am a sadhu. No. We must know by the characteristic of sadhu. That has been described. Similarly, incarnation of God. Not that anyone will come and say, I am incarnation of God. That will not be accepted. We have to see the characteristics of God as they are stated in the Shastra. Then we can accept somebody as God by uncommon quality. So apart from God, now our present problem is that we are entangled by the infection of material qualities, rajastamo bhava especially, kamalobhadayastaje, cheta etai anavidya, sita satte prasidati. We have to conquer over the quality, the infection of quality of rajastama, and then we have to situate ourselves in Satagun. Then we are in the safe position. And if we do not allow to be infected again by the Rajagun and Tamagun, if we keep ourselves purely in Satagun, that is called Suddha Satta, simply purified Satagun, then we will be able to understand what is Krishna, what is God. So, not only we have to acquire the qualities of Satagun, Satta, Sama, Saucha, Arjava, Titikkha, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikam, Brahma Karma, Sabhav. These are the characteristics of Satagun. Truthful, so much so truthful that as they are stated by the commentators, that even an enemy asks some secret from you, you can say, suppose a thief has come. Now what you have got in your box? So if you say, I have got so many thousands of rupees or hundreds, a truthfulness should be like that. Even to an enemy, it should be disclosed. That is called truthfulness. Satta, Sama, Dhamma, Saucha, cleanliness, then controlling the mind, controlling the senses, and simplicity, very simple in behavior, arjava, titikha, tolerance, and full knowledge, vijnanam, practical application of knowledge, astikam, full faith in Vedic literature and in God. These are the qualifications of Satagun. So, everything can be attained very nicely and easily simply by this sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha. That we repeatedly say that we are trying to create some sadhu so that in different parts of the world they will preach Krishna consciousness and people will be able to associate with them and they will become purified. This is Krishna consciousness. That sadhu sangha, it is very essential. People are suffering on account of being contaminated by the tamogun and rajogun, becoming entangled simply by lusty desires, always, just like cats and dogs. So, they are becoming more and more entangled. Unfortunately, they do not know that there is life after death, but they do not know what kind of life is going to happen next after death. They are blind, andha jathand, dairupaniamana. The leaders are also blind. They do not know what is the aim of life, what is the future of life, and they are leading them. They are also blind. Especially in this age, the human society is in great danger. They do not care what is next, but there is next life. We get it information from Krishna. Tatha dehantara prapti. Dehantara prapti there is. How we can deny it? The authority says. And we have got experience also. We are having dehantara from babyhood to childhood, from childhood to boyhood, from boyhood to youthhood. In this way, we have changed so many bodies. Dehanta. This is called dehanta. Similarly, after death there will be dehanta. It is very reasonable, but people do not believe it. So this is our position, and the human life is the opportunity to stop this dehanta. To stop this dehanta, that is the main business. And how it can be done? Simply by understanding Krishna. And how you can understand Krishna? Simply by association of the devotees. That's all. It is not very difficult. Ado sadhya tato sadhu sangha. Rupa Goswami says. If you get some faith, now I shall become free from this material attachment. Then, as it is advised here, Saiva sadhu sukrita, the attachment which have got for material enjoyment. Similar attachment should be for the sadhu. That's all. Supposing I want to drink, as I become mad without getting any drinking, similarly, when you become mad without sadhu sangha, then you are liberated. You have to simply divert the attachment. Not to speak of drinking, even those who are smoker, if he cannot smoke for 1 hour, his throat becomes dried. Give me bidi, give me bidi. So as you have got attachment for the bidi, similar attachment for sadhu will be our liberation. Tatkita sadhusu, that is to be learned. That you can learn with sadhu sangha. If you mix with the sadhus, Therefore, our mission is, if we can create some sadhu and they distribute themselves all over the world, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, পৃথিবীতে আছে যত নগরাদি গ্রাম সর্বত্র প্রচার হইবে মোর নাম. He wants that in every village, every town of the whole world, there may be a center of Krishna consciousness, so that people will take advantage of it and they will also become sadhu. This is the mission of Krishna consciousness. So the sadhus have been described in different ways. Titikshava karunika suhida sarvadeshnam ajata satrava shanta sadhava sadhu bhusana. We have discussed this verse. A sadhu, because everything you want to learn, you have to take some penance voluntarily. So we have to give up something in the beginning, just like we advise. No illicit sex, no intoxication, even up to smoking bidi and taking tea. So one who is accustomed to these habits, for him to give up immediately these things, it becomes a little painful. Therefore, one has to become tolerant. Never mind. I will have to become free, just like to become cured for some disease. We agree to undergo surgical operation, although it is very painful. Tolerate. Similarly, we have to learn toleration, although there will be some pain. That is called titikshava. At the same time, you have to become karunika, taking compassion of the fallen souls. You have to go from country to country, town to town, city to city, village to village, to enlighten them, to become Krishna conscious. That is sadhu's duty. Those who are preachers, they are better sadhu than those who have gone to Himalaya. They have gone to Himalaya for his personal benefit. That is also good. But those sadhus who are preaching and facing so many difficulties, so many opposing elements, they are better sadhu. They are better sadhu. They are fighting for Krishna's sake. So karunika, because they are more compassionate. One sadhu has gone to Himalaya, sitting there in a secluded place, not to be bothered by any sadhu. That is also nice, but that is personal interest. But those sadhus are not gone to Himalaya, but have left Vrindavan, easy life, and gone to fight to the world. They are better sadhu. That is the opinion of Krishna. Joy imam paramam guhyam mad bhakti sobhidasati nachatasmat manusyeshu kaschit me priyakrittama. Those who are preaching the message of Bhagavad Gita, facing many opposing elements, many difficulties, Krishna says, nachatasmat manusyeshu kaschit me priyakrittama. Nobody is dearer than him. So, if you want to become very quickly under the recognition of Krishna, then every one of you become a preacher of Krishna consciousness. That is the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. ভারত ভূমিতে মনুষ্য জন্ম হইল যা জন্ম সার্থক করি করো পরোপকার. And in India, everybody is conscious of Krishna. Somebody I am asked in foreign countries, how many Krishna conscious people are there in India? Then India, the same person, they are Krishna conscious. Unfortunately, they have artificially covered that by the so-called blind leaders. Andha jathandhi rupaniyama. The leaders are advising them, what is the use of becoming Krishna conscious? Now you become technical conscious. So, no, that will not make us happy. We have to become Krishna conscious, especially in India, because he has got his birth in India for developing Krishna consciousness. So we should not give up this opportunity. Not only that, we shall become fully Krishna conscious and we shall go outside India to preach Krishna consciousness movement. That is Paropoka. That is the best welfare activities in the human society. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Bharat bhumite manusya janma hoile. Of course, he expected from the human being, not from the cats and dogs. So, sadhu sangha is so essential. And sadhu's symptoms are described. And Shrila, we have already explained. Shrila means well-wisher for everyone. His heart is full of well-wishing for everyone. Everyone means for Indians, nationals? No. Sarvadehinam. Sarvadehinam. All bodies, even for the cats and dogs. A devotee wishes welfare even of the cats and dogs by giving him prasad. Take little prasad. So the dog will be also. There is an instance during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, devotees from Bengal were going to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and on the way, a dog also began to follow them. So the leader of the party, Shivananda Sen, he was also giving food, prasadam, to the dog, and they had to cross one river, and the boatman would not take the dog. The Shivananda Sen paid him some more money that you take the dog. This is Vaishnava. That this dog has taken our company, he is going with us, how I can leave him behind? So he paid more money. Please take this dog. This is called Srida Sarudihina. And the dog was emancipated. He went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he was sitting as dog, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was eating something and throwing it to the dog. In this way, the dog got Vaikuntha. This is Krishna consciousness movement. That this consciousness, this sympathy for everyone can dispatch even a dog to Vaikuntha. Srila Sarvadi Ajata Satrava. A Vaishnava is not enemy of anyone. Ajata Satrava, Shanta, always peaceful. Sadhava sadhu. This is the first preliminary symptoms of a sadhu. The next, Mai anannena bhavena, simply attached to Krishna. Anannena bhavena. These are the external and these are internal. Ananna bhavena bhaktin kurvanti jidhiram. Simply, as Krishna says, sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. So a devotee, a pure devotee, is simply attached to Krishna. They are not this way. A devotee is not disrespectful to other demigods. That is a mistake. That these Krishna devotees, they do not care for other demigods. No, a Krishna devotee cares for the other demigod very rightly. Ah, because he knows what is the position of the other demigods in comparison to Krishna. Just like Durga, goddess Durga. In the Brahma Samhita, the goddess Durga is worshipped. In which way? Srishti sthiti pralaya sadhana shakti rika chaiva jasya bhavanani vibharti Durga. Mother Durga is the external energy or potency of Krishna, and she is so powerful that Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana. She can create, she can maintain, and she can annihilate or bring devastation. She is so powerful. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rika. And Mother Durga is so powerful alone. Chayeva jasya bhuvanani vibharti Durga. But she is acting not independently, but like the shadow, chayeva. Chayeva jasya vibharti bhuvanani. By the indication of Krishna. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita also. Maya dhaksena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. So don't think that this material energy is working independently. She is working under the direction of Krishna. So a devotee knows this. Just like a policeman is working. A sane man knows that he is working not independently but under the government order. This knowledge is required. Not that because policeman has got some power, he becomes God. No. God is not so cheap. You can accept Parasa Shakti Vividaiva Sriyate. God has got multi-energies. One of the energies is Durga. Not that she is all in all. No. There are many millions of Durgas, many millions of Shivas. Because there are many millions of universes. Just like many millions of police posts. Similarly, these demigods, there are many, many millions. But God is one. God is not million. Of course, he can expand in million forms, that is different. Samsa, Vivinnamsa. So, this devotee offers respect to the demigods as the assistant or energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not as the supreme power. That is the difference. And one who does not know what is God, they take this demigod as supreme. They are less intelligent. So, therefore, a devotee offer respect to the demigod, but he knows the Supreme Lord is Krishna, Krishna through Bhagavan Sam. Therefore, Mai anannena bhavena bhaktim kurvanti jid dhiravrata. Bhajante mang dhiravrata. Bhagavad Gita. Mahatmanasti mang prartha daivi prakriti vasi. Bhajanti ananna manasa. Ananna bhave. It is not that they disrespect demigod. They give proper respect to everyone, what to the demigods, even to the ant. Tinadapi sunechena tarorapi sahisnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadai. Amanina. Everyone is given respect by Vaishnava. Matkite takta karmanas takta sajana bandhava. But they are ready to give up family, relatives, everything. Sarvadharman parityajya. Matkite, only for Krishna's sake. They can. This is sadhu. Then, what is their business activities? Madasraya, katha mrishta. They simply take pleasure in talking about Krishna. They simply take pleasure, sinnanti kathayanti cha, by hearing about Krishna. We have got so many things to hear about Krishna. How Krishna is fighting, how Krishna is killing the demons, how Krishna is behaving with the gopis, how Krishna is playing as a cowherd boy, so many things we have got. Therefore, Krishna has given us so many literature. If you simply hear and talk about Krishna, we are translating all these books about Krishna Katha. Already there are about 1.5 dozen books, big books. We have to publish 60 books like that, simply about Krishna. Simply about Krishna, apart from Bhagavad Gita. So we can read Sinnatang Kathantam, Sinnanti Kathayanti. So we have got enough to become sadhu if you simply hear about Krishna and speak about Krishna. Tapanti vividhastapa naitana madbhata chetasa. The immediate relief will be that we shall be saved from the sufferings of this material condition of life. So these are the symptoms of sadhu, and Kapil Dev is summarizing. Mother, taete sadhava sadhi sarva sangha vivarjita. These symptoms are visible when one has no more any material attachment. Sarvopadhi vinir muktam. This is sadhu. No more designation. I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Christian, I am American. These devotees, they have got no such conception. Where every one of them is thinking, I am servant of Krishna. This is called Sarvopadhi. These are Upadhi. Even this Varnashram, that is also, I am Sannyasi, I am Grihastha, I am Vanaprastha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has rejected all these things. Nahang Vipra Nacha Narapati. I am neither Brahman, nor Kshatriya, nor Vaishya, nor Shudra. Then what you are? Gopi Bhattu Padakamaleo, Dasa Dasam Dasa. This is my position. This is called Sarvopadhi Vinimukta. No more designation. So if we become no more designation, then immediately the whole world becomes Vaikuntha. We are fighting. I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Christian, I am American, I am Indian, I am German. The whole disturbance is there. This is my land, this is your land. The whole world is doing. As soon as they become Krishna conscious, immediately this hellish world becomes Vaikuntha. Immediately. Tatkhanat. Simply one has to die. So such important movement we should take very seriously and try to spread it all worldwide. That will be the best service to the human society. Thank you very much.